Hey everybody, and welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today we're going to be showing you how to make a spicy zucchini and pork stir fry. Cue the music. Alright, well welcome back and thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you joining from whatever platform you're watching from. Like I said, we're going to be making a spicy pork and zucchini stir fry, so let's drop down here and see what our ingredients are for this. We have got 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil divided, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of red chili flakes, 1 pound of zucchini in a large dice, 1 pound of ground pork, 1 can of water chestnuts, 3 tablespoons of some soy sauce, and a little salt and pepper along the way. Now, as you can see, we got the rice back there cooking. I've got everything in front of me. I'm going to take it over to the stove. I'll meet you over there. We'll start cooking. All right, as you see, we have our mise en place. We have in the background there all the ingredients, our utensils. I'm going to focus on the pan, or the wok in this instance, and we will begin cooking. All right, you want your wok or your pan. You can do this in a skillet too. You don't have to do it in a wok. You want this on about a medium-high heat and let this get hot. I'm going to go ahead and add about half the oil into this. Then we'll go ahead and put our pork right on in there. Whoops. Try not to get it all over the place. And you basically want to just cook this down to where it's all browned off, small crumbles, and cooked all the way through. Now there are 2 ways of doing this. You can cook your meat, pull it out of the pan, throw your zucchini in there, cook it with all the aromatics, and then put the pork back in. You could cook the zucchini first, pull the zucchini back out, then cook the pork till it's crumbly, and throw the cooked zucchini back in there and mix it all up. I'm just going to go ahead and cook the ground beef and get it all cooked and crumbly, and then keep the fat in there because I want that fat in there because that's flavor. And then I'm going to throw the zucchini in there to cook with all the aromatics in it. So the recipe is in the description box. Yours to look at. You can do whatever you want with it, but the basics for this recipe are in the ingredients in the recipe and the methodology of how to cook this. You can do it any way you want because it all comes out the same no matter how you do it. So we're just going to go ahead and let this zucchini. We're going to go ahead and let this pork cook off and get all crumbly, and then we'll come back. If you don't have one of these tools, you need to get yourself one. I think it's in my Amazon store down in the description box, down there in the links. This is kind of a nice little tool. All right, we'll transition back when it's cooked. All right, the pork is pretty well cooked, finely chopped down. I'm going to switch out the spoon for a clean one so there's no cross-contamination. And now what we're going to do, kind of move this off to the edges. Keep that fat in there, like I said. I'm going to turn it down just a touch. I'm going to add our oil into that fat. Then we're going to throw our zucchini right into there. We're going to throw the ginger right in there. The garlic, whoops, right in there. Just stir that up a little bit. Get aromatic. Just let that cook down. A little salt and pepper in there. I'm going to go ahead and throw all these chilies all in, mixed up in there. Alright, let's flip it over. Keep that heat up. Let's go ahead and stir it up. Get it all mixed up really well. Now take that soy sauce, pour it right in there. Oh, now it really smells good. You just want to cook this to where the zucchini starts getting soft. So if you just leave it alone, maybe, let it cook. I'm going to go ahead and throw the chestnuts right in there. Stir those in. There we go. I'm going to turn the heat down or off. Stir it up one more time. Get those water chestnuts to get hot. We're going to put this over there on our board. Got the rice is done, the rice cooker just popped. So we're gonna put this all back over there. I'm gonna dish it up. We're gonna take some photos of it, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna give this a taste. So don't go away. Really nice, smells wonderful. Still a little hot, but the flavor in this is going to be great. I can smell it already the way it's going to be tasting. So I'll get some of the mixture of the pork and the rice here. Let it cool just a touch. Rice and that pork, you got the heat coming off those little the pepper flakes. Good. And soy sauce gives it just enough saltiness. And then making it with the ground pork like that, you get it all cooked down and it just crumbles up. And then you mix it with that rice and it's just such a good flavor and texture with those both mixed. You get a nice little spoonful like that where you're not picking out a shrimp or a piece of chicken or beef. You get a nice big bowl full, or a nice big spoonful of the food. Yeah. A little zucchini and rice in here. That little bite. Very hot. The water chestnut. Perfectly. They contrast each other with the snap and the crispness of that water chestnut, and then that soft, chewy texture of that zucchini. Now, one more bite. I don't know what it is about this, but this is really spicy and salty and just very, very good. Very good. I'm going to try to write this, and when I post it on social media too, and in the description on the recipe, like I said, it's in the description box. But I want to point out that I think we did the zucchini a disservice by not cooking it first in that oil, and then sauteing the garlic and the ginger first, then adding the sauteing the ginger and the garlic and the hot peppers, and then hitting those zucchini in there when all that aromatic started to get aromatic and you could smell them. That would have really done a better job of getting that zucchini the respect they deserve, because they are kind of the star of the show too. Their name is in the title. So I think that's what we should have done instead of the way I did it. I was just trying to get it all done, I think, and get the recipe over with. I think I was trying to just overthink it too much. I should have just followed the recipe as I wrote it. So when you're making this, make sure you saute off that zucchini in the garlic and the oil and the ginger and the hot peppers. Get it nice and soft, pull it out of there onto a paper lined tray or something where it'll just set for a minute. Cook your pork, then add that back into flash cook it real quick, get it hot. It'll do a lot more for the zucchini. Not that the zucchini's bad, but I think we could have just done a lot better if we'd have cooked it like that. So that's what my point is. Anyway, zucchini, you got a ton of it. Here's a recipe for that. It's delicious, it's quick to make, and you can usually find all these ingredients in the store in one trip. So, or you might have them laying around, you never know. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, recipe is in the description box. Thanks a lot for being here, I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
These rappers don't listen, well let me show them something. You hear that beat bumping from the soul kitchen. Now what you fixing up? Good food, soul food, come and pick it up. These rappers don't listen, well let me show them something. You hear that beat bumping from the soul kitchen.